How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing an install video on my 2011 335i, and the install video consists of installing extended lug nuts on the car. So if you don't know what an extended lug nut is, it basically goes on the hub and it allows for you to easily put on your wheel and not having to adjust or kind of look where the hole is to put your regular OEM lug in there. So this just makes it easier to put on your wheel. It's also a lot safer, and I just think it looks cooler. Also, if you're running spacers, many of you guys know how annoying it is to align the spacer with the hub with the wheel. It's just really frustrating. So this is just a lot easier and it looks cooler in my opinion. So as for the instructions, I already installed 4 of the 5, so I'm just gonna leave the last one to teach or to show how it's done. Okay, so what you will need to do this job would be a torque wrench. I bought this torque wrench at Harbor Freight. I think it was like 30 bucks. Pretty good, pretty cheap, works. After that, I bought this adapter for the torque wrench to fit to I think it's a 3/8, so it looks like this. So this is the torque wrench, this is the adapter. This goes on that, and then this is the key that I'm going to be using to tighten the lug nuts. And this is just so I can show y'all. This is a 3/8 5mm metric key. It's a hex bit also. So there's that. The way this looks is like this. This goes on that, and that's what you're going to be using. So this is what the lug nuts look like when they're being tightened. This goes like that. I also bought a thread lock red for the lug nuts, and I just gently place it on the threads and just kind of twist it without touching it, just so it smoothens out the whole surface. Okay, so this is what it kind of looks like. I spray brake cleaner in here. I use this to pick out all the dirt and unnecessary things in there. Then when that's done, I use a high pressure air, spray all that in there. That's clean. And then an extra precaution that I like to use is I just thread the old lugs in here, and as you can see, it's clean when it just very, very easily just goes inside with no pressure. So all the way in, and then all the way out. So that's clean. And also, if you're doing this by yourself, I didn't have anyone to press the brake for me when I'm tightening it, so obviously this is going to spin. So what I just used a thick screwdriver, and I just stuck it in one of the holes of the brakes, and it just stops on the brake right there. Okay, so once that's done, this is what it looks like. I add the thread locker just to one side, make sure it's enough so that it kind of scrolls down. This is tough. Close the thread locker. Get some on my hands, that's fine. And then as you can see, it just starts to fall down. Install this very gently so that it does not cross thread. See how easily it goes in just because I cleaned the threads. It's still spinning. So, grab this, like that. And I forgot to mention a very important, some people on forums, they said they tightened it up to 90 pound-feet of torque. I think that's way too much. I went with 40 just because I don't know, 90 is just way too much. So just very gently put it in there, all the way in. And you guys see how this stopped right there on the brake so that nobody has to be inside holding a brake for you. See that I was starting to not struggle, but you felt it kind of stop, and I just think that's the right amount of pressure. Just one more for good measure. Okay. And that's basically it, guys. There's really no science to this. All you have to make sure is that the threads are clean. You put thread lock on this, tighten it right, and that's basically it. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you. I really appreciate it. I know it's been like 2 years since I posted my last video, and that was on the E36. The E36 is still alive and well. I daily this. I love this car. I've done really nothing to it. It's still bone stock. I think in one of my videos I gutted it, so it's got nothing inside. I don't even remember making a video on installing the steering wheel, but I believe I did. I also installed the M shift knob, and it's basically all stock. I also straight piped it. I do remember making a video on the straight pipe. And so this is my new car. It's a 2011 335i. I think I picked it up a year and a half ago, a little over a year. I freaking love this car. I'm just gonna show you just a little walk around. I installed the front carbon fiber lip for it. The previous owner, very cool dude, paint corrected it, so the car is literally flawless. I've coated it with a bunch of products. I think right now I've got Just Car Power Lock Pro on it with a second layer of Colonite 845, and then this is just, I use this as like a detail spray. It's called Pianist Bead Maker. If you guys are really into detailing, this is really freaking awesome. So that's that. It also has a carbon fiber rear spoiler on it, and it's got a muffler delete with I think it's like blue tips on it. I think the previous owner bought these off like eBay. This is literally what I would have done, because I also did it with the 328. These are like DTM style, so they kind of face up. As for the interior, this is like one of my favorite parts about the car. Red interior, which is my favorite. That was a must. And this is my absolute favorite part about this car. It's a manual. So I love this car. As for the motor, it's all stock, nothing done to it. Yeah, that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for staying to the end of this video if you guys made it. Yeah, cool.